dismantle it. So we are working under very high pressure. The policemen need to be very cautious and very cool-headed. You know, we are under huge pressure given this bomb. And the people are taking shifts working on this. This street is called Gangwan Abbey. The bomb is around 400 meters away from here. The experts and the policemen are working there, trying to dismantle it. Let me give you a short story on how we find out the bomb. I'm at the Hong Kong Convention Center. Somewhere nearby, the Gangwan Abbey. You can see there are no cars now. The street across with the traffic flow is Zhao Shida Street. The bomb is discovered under a carpet in the convention center. In the morning, at 7 o'clock of January 27th, a worker was doing his job, was digging something, was digging the ground at the site where he suddenly discovered the bomb. That was early a.m. in the morning. And as the worker digs on and on, he suddenly finds a bomb. And the policeman confirmed that it is a real bomb, and it is already eroded with crust. It has a diameter of over 1 meter. It weighs over 1,000 pounds, or 900 grams, as you can see on the right side of the screen. So the shell of the bomb weighs over 500 pounds. It has been more than 24 hours since we discovered the bomb. It is an American bomb, ANM 656 type. You can Google online the details of this bomb. If it blasts, then all the buildings around 400 meters will be destroyed. This is a visa center for dealing with the entrance affairs into Hong Kong for the mainland citizens of China. And nearby there is a Xinhongji property building, which is very high, and the bomb was discovered exactly somewhere between these two buildings. And the worker happened to find the bomb when he digs into the ground. I'm sorry, I have to go back to the media area because the policeman will allow me to go further. The bomb was discovered on the morning of January 27th, but the policeman did not come until the late afternoon. Why did they arrive so late? So it was discovered on the morning of yesterday. The bomb was very big. It will take a long time to dismantle it. So there was not any media report until 3 p.m. yesterday. So now you can see the streets and the blocks were all blocked. We cannot go out. We can only enter here. So at 10 p.m. yesterday, the area was blocked from the Wanchai port, somewhere nearby, to Jianzui area, where you can take a ship from Victoria Port from this side to Jianxia. It has been blocked for a long time until now. I was told that we have to wait after the bomb was dismantled. This area will be open before this area is open for traffic again. As you can see, there is a block line behind me, and there are policemen around. But we cannot go any nearer to the bomb, the construction site. The people there are wearing an anti-explosion helmet and a costume to protect themselves. If we move the bomb is very long, just like the length of an ordinary person. So if we detach the big bomb into small packages, like the size of an apple, it will have a huge power to explode. You know, it weighs over 500 grams. On the right side, there is a big shopping mall, and further, there is a residence area. The residence area has quite a long time of history. Yesterday, the policeman talked to the residents to move out of their homes, and they have provided free accommodation for the residents in some of the selected hotels. So the safety of our residents is a huge concern of the policeman. And yesterday, around 70% of the people were evacuated, but still 30% of them left. They said they believe that the policeman can tackle the issue. But if you go out of this area, you can never return before the bomb is dismantled. Because the policeman will follow anyone who enter this area, so we try to keep out the people, given the limited number of policemen. So we are also very cautious with the facilities and the surrounding area. You know, Hong Kong has a very good legal system. By suggesting you something, that means it's mandatory. So the policeman made it very mandatory for the residents to only move in, but to move out, but not to move in. I have been broadcasting for more than an hour, and I have been talking to the viewers for more than an hour. Let's take a minute. I'm not sure if there is anything new, because I see the crowd are moving. What happened? The media is moving, followed by the policeman. I think these people must be the residents in this area. I will not try to disturb them, but maybe try to come up with a question. As you can see, there is a family with the kid and parents in front of our camera. They are carrying luggage. I think they may have brought many clothes with them because it's winter. This lady just now refused our camera. She didn't want to be shot. And the residents here, we try to keep away from them, and we try to respect all the residents. But I think the other media people already had some good stories and interviews with the people here. They took some snapshots of the residents working here, although they refused interviews. We must show understanding for the residents here because their life is under threat. Although the government provides free accommodation, but they need to travel a long way to move out their homes. So it's very difficult, especially for the elderly and the kid, to travel. Just now, the lady refused the camera and said, "Do not shoot me," because I know she enjoys the right of her image. She did not want to be interrupted. She did not want to be disturbed. Maybe the family was reminded to move out of this area last night, but it was quite late, so maybe they decide to move out this morning. Although it was quite a night for them. The local TVs are broadcasting the story to the Hong Kong residents. As you can see, the media is broadcasting alive. And the media will give out one piece of news after another after a while to update the residents on the latest situation. I know dismantling a bomb can be very time-consuming and technically demanding. We had a similar case before, That bomb was discovered on the second day of the Lunar New Year. After a long time, the bomb was still not dismantled, and the policeman tried to persuade the people that it will be safe. So for today's case, the bomb is very long. Or 15 centimeters thick. The front part of the bomb is already broken. The head, the needle, if it touches the ground, it will blast. But it did not. Maybe the bomb is not very good. But it still has the explosive fuel inside the bomb. If the needle still works, if we remove the needle, then the fuel will come out safely. But what will we do now? We need to drill 2 holes on the surface of the bomb. It's not like drilling the wall of your house. You need to be very cautious and control your movements, the temperature and the size of the hole. Because as you drill on the wall will grow warm. And you cannot drill too deep. Because if you do so, the fuel may come out all of a sudden. And it is very dangerous. So the 400-gram bomb, if we drill 2 holes very carefully, I think it means still a long time. The media do not have too much stories about the bomb now. And the policemen are constantly checking their watches. But we still don't know when will we finish this. Let's move to this side to see if there is anything new. Some viewers asked me to give you the story again. But wait a minute, because our cameraman is shooting the facility, the equipment of the policeman here, because it's quite different from the mainland of China. Okay, let's keep away from the policemen. Let's not disturb them. Now let me repeat the story of the bomb again to the viewers. I am quite interested in the bomb. It's not that frequent that you can discover a bomb. But it's one of the biggest bombs we discovered. It was discovered at 7 o'clock a.m. yesterday. It was discovered somewhere in the Shazhong line by a worker who took the morning shift. Only 7 a.m. in the morning, the worker came to the construction site, and what he did is to dig into the ground to prepare for the construction of a subway line. And he discovered this bomb. So what should he do? So when the worker was digging the ground to construct the subway line, he has a special way of digging into the ground. A long time ago, before human exists, here in Hong Kong, it's a volcano area, so it forms a lot of very strong rocks. But many viewers may question how we grow crops in such a solid ground. Let's not forget this has been a long time after all the floods and the water and the soil grow very rich and very suitable for cropping. So where does the soil come from? It comes from the volcano ash. So the Earth has a history of 4.5 billion years, and Hong Kong has around 400 million years of history. So what is my story in relation to today's bomb? The worker did not use a drilling machine when he digs into the ground. He digs quite normally, so that's how he discovered a bomb. If he used the driller to dig, he may already set the bomb into blast. So he called the police. When the experts arrive, they find a rusty bomb around 60 to 70 meters long and 15 meters in diameter. It's a ANR-65 type American bomb. It was buried during the war period in 1941. The December 25th of that year, the Hong Kong was invaded by the Japanese troops for a long time. So I believe the bomb was thrown in that year by the Japanese troops, and that is a proof of the Japanese invasion. The bomb was already rusty. The bomb, when it touches the ground, it did not explode. You know, the war dates back to 1941. It has been more than 70 years since the bomb hit the ground. But explosive inside the bomb did not explode. But the needle is still there. So the experts are quite worried, because if it goes blast, then it will destroy the surrounding area. You know, a grenade can be very dangerous, let alone a bomb. So we need to deal with this case very cautiously. So 400 meters away from the bomb area will be affected if it goes blast. So the policeman told the residents in this area to move out. So I'm standing in a very important area. Around 300 to 400 meters away from me is the Hong Kong Convention Center and also the Victoria Port, one of the busiest business port in the world. a lot of ships coming and forth. In the Victoria Port, you can not only enjoy the splendid scenery of the port, you can also come here. And last year, on the July 1st, on the celebration of the return of Hong Kong to the mainland of China, we have a very splendid show, fireworks show. So the fireworks are seen on many important occasions, especially during the Spring Chinese Festival. And there is a broadcast screen to show how the fireworks looks like. And also there were subtitles carrying the wishes. So if there is a bomb in this area and it goes blast, it would be very dangerous. Most of the people have been evacuated from this area. But I think if the bomb goes blast, the buildings and the blocks will be affected. The economic loss is one thing, but it is not as important as its international influence, because Hong Kong has a lot of international visitors and tourists each year. So we are doing all what we can to take shifts to take care of the dismantling work. Now things are going very smoothly. The policemen have applied the most advanced dismantling technology. I'm sorry, the camera seems to be out of electricity, so we need to recharge. I have one question for the viewers, and I'm also very grateful for watching our live broadcast. My name is Jane Dong. I'm with CGTN. The cameraman is Feng Liangchen, my colleague. He is busy changing the battery of the camera. We are approaching the China's Spring Festival, but today unfortunately we have a bomb accident. We have been broadcasting for more than an hour. I'm at the Wanzai region near the Hong Kong Convention Center. A bomb was discovered yesterday on the morning of 7 o'clock. It was discovered by a worker digging the ground for a subway line. So this area has already been blocked. We're not allowed to go in if you go out first. And the dismantling experts are busy working with the policemen, trying to provide safety for our residents. Last night at 10 o'clock, the policemen said they were quite confident at dismantling the bomb, and they said they can finish it by this morning. I also trusted the policemen, but they seem to come across some problems. According to the original plan, the bomb will be dismantled by 8 o'clock in this morning, but it's not done yet. I think the policemen of Hong Kong are very professional and cautious with dealing such emergency. I believe they will do a good work in dismantling this bomb. So I think all of us will look forward to such a good news of dismantling the bomb. As a reporter, I am also very shocked by this bomb. Because Hong Kong has already set some records, new records of relating to bomb. This bomb is very huge. I've seen 3 or 4 bombs before, but not as big as this one. It's far bigger than an apple or than a fruit. It weighs over 1,000 pounds, containing 500 pounds of explosives. And this area is the Hong Kong Convention Center. It is even more important than the Times Square of Tongluo Bay. If we discover the bomb in a very busy shopping area, it will be very troublesome to evacuate all the people and traffic. But for this Hong Kong Convention Center at the weekend, there are a lot of people coming here. So the bomb was also discovered in a very important site. If it is confirmed to be a wartime bomb, after 1941, we also discovered similar bombs in Tongluo Bay, not far from here. So what does that prove? Because after 1941, there were not a big population in Hong Kong. So at that time, if the bomb was thrown here, it will hugely affect the Victoria Bay, on the transportation of the materials and the cargoes. So I wonder whether the bombs were thrown intentionally to strike the Victoria Bay. At that time, there were no trains. Shipping is the only way of transportation by then, in 1940s. You know, the population is small at that time. And I don't think the bomb was intentionally to destroy the residence area. So I believe the bomb was meant to destroy the Victoria Bay. In front of me, the media people are crowding, but they don't have any new news. We have been waiting for more than an hour here. Some of my media colleagues are already eating lunch, and some are leaving temporarily for other duties. So I guess everything goes well with the dismantling the bomb. So, dear viewers, thank you again for watching today's live broadcast. I hope you can come up with more questions next time so that I can provide you with more information, more stories. We are still waiting for more news to come, but I think it's time for us to have a rest. If any news come up, I will give you the latest update on Sina microblog. So thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the live